In Michigan, it's against the law for mental health professionals to have sexual contact with their patients and clients. And even though that's a crime, many are shocked to learn that some of those counselors and therapists don't automatically lose their license to practice if they're convicted. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us now with a look at what she's uncovered.
Stephen Johnson was reluctant to tell his story publicly, but he says he decided to come forward to the 7 investigators to make sure nothing like this happens to anyone else.
I feel isolated. I'm afraid to go out in public.
Stephen Johnson says his mental health has been damaged by the very person who was supposed to help him.
I feel afraid to ever really want to open myself up to people again, especially another mental health professional.
The 28-year-old says he ended up in a sexual relationship with his mental health counselor, something that under Michigan law is illegal if it's within 2 years of the patient being in therapy.
What do you want?
For her to not practice again. If she keeps practicing, it's going to happen again.
Johnson says he sought treatment for anxiety and depression back in 2018 after he left the military. So he went to a counseling practice in Clarkston where he ended up working with licensed professional counselor Megan Moineau. Johnson says therapy went well, and then in 2020, he alleges everything changed.
She gave me her phone number. We started texting.
Johnson says they started meeting in local parks for sessions. He says once Moineau showed up at his job and even bought him dog food for his golden retriever.
She made me feel special.
Johnson says in late 2020, they ended their official therapy relationship, and the next month, he says, he and Moineau met in her office where things between them turned physical.
She'd invite me there when she was done seeing clients, and we would have sex there. She told me that she loved me.
The 40-year-old Moineau is married, but Johnson says he traveled with her several times to places like South Carolina, Chicago, Frankenmuth, and Boyne City.
After that trip, I feel my anxiety and depression really returned, and I went downhill pretty quickly.
Johnson says their personal relationship later ended, and months later, he says, he realized it had been a violation of the law. In Michigan, a therapist is guilty of criminal sexual conduct if they have sexual contact with a patient or former patient within 2 years of being a client. The statute clearly states consent of the client is not a defense.
Can a patient actually consent to a relationship with a therapist?
So most jurisdictions would say no, because that patient is in a position of vulnerability.
Dr. Tyler Gibb is the co-chair of the Medical Ethics Department at Western Michigan University. Gibb says sexual relationships between counselors and clients can be extremely harmful.
There's just such a power differential there. It's so easy and common to see healthcare providers who are in that position of power to take advantage of that vulnerability of the clients who come to them.
I felt like I had been used. I wanted to go to the state because that is what I felt was the only way for there to be any sort of justice.
So Johnson filed a complaint with Michigan's Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, or LARA. Johnson says he assumed Moineau would no longer be able to practice, but says he was stunned when LARA only suspended Moineau's counseling license for a year.
It was really shocking to me.
Was that enough?
No.
So Johnson says he called the Attorney General's office, who advised him to pursue criminal charges. In 2022, he filed police reports in Oakland, Saginaw, and Charlevoix counties. Charlevoix County prosecutor Kit Tholen charged Moineau with 2 counts of 4th-degree criminal sexual conduct.
She manipulated and used one of her patients for her own gain, and in the process, she did significant and extensive harm to this man.
Tholen says he was shocked when he learned even if Moineau was convicted, she would not automatically lose her counseling license. In 2013, the 7 investigators showed you how dozens of doctors and therapists convicted of serious sex crimes in Michigan were allowed to get their professional licenses back. The law changed in 2014, requiring automatic license revocation for certain sex offenses. But those licensing rule changes do not apply to this particular crime. So Tholen offered a plea deal to Moineau if she would permanently surrender her counseling license.
She was in a position of authority and she abused that authority, and we need to do what we can to prevent her from doing the same thing in the future.
Tholen says initially Moineau and her lawyer refused the plea agreement. Oakland County did not issue charges when the case was first reviewed, but after the 7 investigators started asking questions, the prosecutor's leadership team recently took another look at the case. They then worked with Charlevoix County to get Moineau to plead guilty and give up her license.
Oakland County has agreed to not issue charges. How do you plead to count 1, criminal sexual conduct, 4th degree as a mental health professional?
Guilty, Your Honor.
My client is not a monster. She's a human being who made a mistake, who has no intent and had no intent ever to hurt this person.
Defense attorney Mary Beth Kerr says Moineau is deeply remorseful and has taken responsibility for her actions by admitting the relationship to Lara and now by pleading guilty.
She was not his therapist when all of this went on. She didn't use therapy to manipulate him. She didn't engage in any kind of sexual contact or anything while she was his therapist. It doesn't matter to the law, but it matters, I think. I hope it matters to other people.
Johnson says he's relieved Moineau can no longer counsel clients.
I wanted to feel like my life had value, that I mattered.
As for the report Stephen Johnson filed with Frankenmuth Police, I discovered that department never submitted their investigation for review by the Saginaw County prosecutor. I have since learned that after we started asking questions, that case is now being reviewed by the prosecutor for possible charges. I'm Heather Catallo, 7 Action News.
All right, Heather, thank you.